It was in 2014 that I started my freelance writing journey. I was writing articles on a content mill, iwriter.com, which is operational till date. And I remember writing about 30 articles on celebrity plastic surgery for a specific client. They were all 500 to 800 words, and I got paid about $10 to $15 a piece for all of them. And well, that was the highest that you can get paid on the platform at that point. Probably $20 was the highest, and I was already making about $15 per piece or something. It was mind-numbingly boring work. It didn't require a lot of high quality writing, and you can get treated like shit by your clients. That's what SEO writing has always been associated with. Weird, repetitive, dull subjects, bad treatment from clients, and whatnot. But is SEO writing limited to this? Well, B2B companies today hire SEO writers and even content marketing agencies that specialize in SEO writing and pay them $1,000 to $2,000 per post. These B2B companies rely on search engines, on SEO as their primary marketing channel. It drives them leads and traffic. Yours truly is one of the SEO writers who's getting paid such top dollar for their work. The subjects that these companies ask writers to write about are really interesting. They are sophisticated and complex topics that these companies' target audience is searching. So how can you go from writing on mind-numbingly boring subjects and getting exploited in SEO writing to interesting subjects and getting paid top dollar? Here are the 5 steps. Step 1. Learn the basics of SEO writing. For starters, what is SEO writing? It's the process of writing an article on a subject or keyword of interest for a website's target audience and trying to rank it on the first page of Google. How does it help the website? Well, if a website can rank in the top 2 to 3 spots for a subject their prospective clients are searching in Google, they can get a lot of exposure. For instance, somebody searching for how to organize my to-do list. Well, if a project management software or a to-do list tool can just write an article on this subject and rank in the top 2 to 3 spots, they could just subtly promote their software. Why? Well, for somebody who's looking to organize their list, they might as well use a software. And what would be a better software than the one that helped them organize their to-do list in the first place? So, SEO writing is all about helping the searcher, the reader, accomplish a task, solve a problem for them, and for the business, once they solve that problem, they get exposure to this new reader and they can convert them into a client and generate new business. So, what are the nuances of SEO writing? Well, you have to write engaging content. How do you write engaging content? First, understand how people read online. People scan content. Nobody reads it word for word. So, how do you hijack this reading pattern? Well, just use short sentences. Keep them under 10 to 15 words. Occasionally go overboard. And your paragraphs, keep them short. Use 3 to 5 lines per paragraph. Some SEO writers go overboard and just use 1 line per paragraph. Also, break your writing using multimedia. Add screenshots. Integrate a YouTube video that's relevant to what you're talking about in the article. Maybe just add a stock photo if nothing else is available. All of these will provide breathing space to the reader and keep them on the page, reading and scanning through different portions of the page. Feel free to break the rules of grammar. See, your job is to keep your writing conversational. You can start a sentence with a but. You need not use a comma at every place advised in a grammar book. I'm not asking you to knowingly commit grammatical issues or have typos in your writing, but be okay with relaxing the rules a little bit and just being a little conversational. Your SEO articles also need to be comprehensive and succinct at the same time. What do I mean? Suppose you're writing an article on how to start an online business. Now, look at all the ranking articles right now. Are they talking about different digital marketing strategies like email marketing and paid marketing? Then mention them in your article. Are they talking about building a website and using a website builder? Then you need to do the same. You should not use more words than necessary, but cover every subtopic that's available on the subject in the currently ranking results. You don't want the reader to jump off your website and learn something at another place. They should be able to learn about the subject end to end on your website. And the last key aspect in SEO writing is doing your research and coming up with useful examples that add practical value to your readers. If your reader can walk away with actionable takeaways that they can kind of implement after reading the article, they will be really happy. So you want to research relevant insights and then break it down into digestible chunks for your reader. The second step, start a niche website or start blogging on your SEO writing website. Now, this is an additional step that most people may not advise you to do, but I would recommend you to learn SEO in the wild. I learned the most about SEO when I started my own website, elitecontentmarketer.com, and I started driving traffic to it. I started hiring writers and just optimizing my articles for different keywords, choosing subjects, learning keyword research, what are backlinks, and all of those different things that may seem far away from you if you don't have a website. So there are two ways to go about this. Pick a niche, pick something that you're passionate about. Maybe it's dog training, maybe it's playing golf, maybe it's finance and cryptocurrency. Whatever it is, choose a narrow niche that you can write a lot of content about, and then use SEO tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush to find out relevant keywords or topics that are searched in your niche. Once you have a few subjects, about 15 to 20, then create articles that are optimized for these keywords. Building a website from scratch and trying to rank for keywords is going to teach you much more about SEO writing than anything else out there. If you don't like the idea of a niche website, create articles for your own website. I'm sure as an SEO writer, you will want to build your brand. And if you want to do that, the first step is creating your own website. And you can start your own blog on this website. When you start a blog, you can just pick keywords that might be of interest for your prospective clients. But if not so, you can just choose something related to your niche. If you're writing in the B2B industry, maybe you can choose subjects like the top B2B brands doing content marketing, or the top B2B brands doing SEO right, or how to create SEO content in the B2B niche. Treat these subtopics just as examples. You will need to use SEO tools to find out the specific keywords that you can target. But the idea is to learn SEO in the wild. Find out relevant keywords, write articles optimized for them, and try to rank for them. If either of these two subjects do not sound doable, then just consider self-publishing on LinkedIn or Substack. On these two platforms, you have the advantage that their websites carry a huge weight in the eyes of Google. They have a huge authority behind them. So writing articles on B2B subjects on these platforms can rank in search engines quicker. Choose either of these three things to begin your SEO writing career on the right foot. The third step, land SEO writing jobs. So now you have some writing samples in your portfolio. You're already trying to rank articles on search engines, and they will be sufficient enough for somebody to hire you. The first place to look for SEO writing jobs, job boards. I have gotten a lot of jobs from the Pro Blogger job board. It has a lot of gigs advertised by SEOs and affiliate marketers. To tell you the truth, for affiliate marketers, SEO writing is the bread and butter. They get a lot of revenue from just SEO writing, and they are always on the lookout for writers like you. You can approach them and get paid probably 10 cents per word or even upwards for these gigs, and just get some confidence and expand your portfolio while you look out for better gigs. Guest posting is another great way to land more SEO writing gigs. You can write for publications in the SEO industry or in your own industry and talk about the benefits of SEO writing, marketing tactic, and use your author bio to advertise your SEO writing services. It could be a great way to land some leads in your inbox. Another effective and hated strategy is cold pitching. You can find out brands in your industry that are already having an active blog and publishing SEO content, and then just reach out to their content managers, reach out to their head of content or other people who are involved in their marketing. Just tell them you have SEO writing experience, share a few relevant samples that you have created in step 2, and just tell them you're available for hire. To tell you the truth, cold pitching can itself be sufficient to build a strong foundation for your SEO writing career. Just cold pitch 3 to 5 companies a day, personalize your pitches, and do it for a month. That will be sufficient to get you a decent number of clients. The fourth step, learn your way around SEO tools. To stay competitive in the SEO industry, it's no longer optional to not try SEO tools. Now, broadly speaking, there are two kinds of SEO tools that writers will use. One, on-page SEO tools, and two, off-page SEO tools. Let me talk about on-page SEO tools. I personally use Surfer SEO to optimize my articles, and with some clients I use Clearoscope. Both of these tools provide you suggestions on the keywords that you can use in your writing and the importance of those keywords. So for example, say I'm writing an article on how to become a freelance writer. Surfer SEO will provide me with different keywords that I can use in my article. It will even provide me with the keywords that I should use in my subheadings, in the heading tags of my articles. So how do these tools suggest you these keywords? These tools analyze the top ranking results in Google right now. They could be anywhere between 10 to 20 results. The algorithm finds the keyword that are commonly used across all of these articles. They make your job easier because once you have written an article, you can optimize it by using these keywords naturally in your content. Every article I write, I try to take its Surfer SEO score above 80 or 85. Surfer SEO even benchmarks the score against the top ranking results right now and the average score you need on the minimum. So if Surfer SEO recommends you to have a score of 83, then at least have that score. There are a lot of other factors in Google's algorithm, but it just improves your chances of ranking in the top results. Now, don't go overboard and try to use every keyword suggested either, because it's not possible to use them naturally. I try to still stay natural as much as possible while using these keywords. I try to think of them as subtopics. All of these tools, for example, even Surfer SEO, when you will click on a specific keyword suggestion, will show you the context in which that keyword is used by other competing articles. So you can take inspiration from that and try to use keywords in the same context or a similar context. But again, don't try to use every keyword that's out there. Just try to cover every subtopic that's covered by your competitors. Next come the off-page SEO tools. Now, off-page SEO tools include Ahrefs, SEMrush, Ubersuggest. For me personally, Ahrefs is the best. I use it almost on a daily basis, and I'm sure it's part of the workflow of a lot of SEO professionals. But it's very costly. Maybe you can start out by taking a trial of SEMrush or even use Ubersuggest because it has a lot of free features. The idea is to learn the ropes of domain rating, domain authority, backlinks, keyword research, even learn terms like keyword difficulty and specifically keyword intent. I'll talk briefly about keyword intent because that is the most important aspect while writing. It's actually an on-page SEO thing, but it's something that maybe a tool may not even tell you directly. Generally speaking, keyword intent used to be classified into three things: informational, commercial, and navigational. Informational queries such as how to start an online business require a writer to provide education. Commercial queries such as best project management software require a writer to suggest different products, and one of these products can be your clients. And the last kind is navigational. Here, the searcher is just looking to go to a website. So it could be a branded query such as HubSpot, Shopify, or Facebook, Google, where the searcher is just wanting to land on a specific website. Now, the searcher today is really nuanced. The search intent classification may not even stand, but it's just a good starting point. Ultimately, search intent is the goal of the searcher behind the query. If they are inputting something in Google, Google wants to provide the most relevant results. How you can make your content the most relevant is by trying to understand the goal of the searcher. So that's what understanding search intent is all about. And once you understand the industry that you write in better, you will be able to satisfy the search intent much better than your competitors who are ranking in search results right now. Rand Fishkin, an SEO thought leader, rightly said, your goal as an SEO writer is to satisfy the search intent as quickly and comprehensively as possible. There's a free course on the basics of SEO. It's 2 hours long. It's by Ahrefs that I recommend you to check out. The last step, level up and differentiate your SEO writing brand. Today, every brand wants to do SEO. They are investing in all of these SEO tools, hiring content marketers and SEO writers. The result, everybody is copying everybody. The tools that we talked about in the last tip will just help you become a copycat. You will just end up writing similar titles. You will just end up covering the same subtopic. You will just use the same keywords. Where's the creativity? So that is where you need to differentiate yourself and differentiate your SEO writing. How do you do it? Here are some quick tips. Number one, be creative with the angles you choose in your writing. Study the top 10 results right now and look at what people are talking about. For example, maybe you're writing about seeking validation. Every result on the first page for the keyword is talking about how you can stop seeking validation. Maybe you can take a different stance. You tell people here's the psychology behind seeking validation and why seeking it occasionally is okay. I did the exact same thing a few years ago and my article started ranking in the top 2 to 3 spots. Being creative will obviously involve risks. You may not have all of your articles rank, but here you can always go back and change up your angle and update your content and just copy your competitors any day. So just be willing to take creative risks wherever possible. Number two, use frameworks for writing your introductions, conclusions, headlines, and even the layout of your article. Most content marketers out there, they just copy each other and they don't pay a lot of attention to the foundation of a piece. You can differentiate yourself by relying on persuasive psychology proven frameworks. I personally relied a lot on copywriting frameworks. I always try to make a promise in my introduction and I try to tell the reader why they should read the article right now. I already told you to cover a topic end to end, but you also shouldn't be repetitive. An important aspect of SEO writing is using the MECE framework, mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive, which means that you cover one idea only once in an article. If you're repeating a certain idea, there should be a higher creative purpose for it or a business reason for it, such as wanting to promote your own product, but otherwise, you should not repeatedly talk about the same idea. Your article should contain mutually exclusive ideas. At the same time, it should be exhaustively covering the topic that you're writing about. Another quick tip, learn to create visuals or multimedia content. Only so much that you can do through SEO writing itself, but you can create a better experience for your readers by adding multimedia content in your writing. And what better than your original branded infographics or mini graphics in the articles, or maybe your own screenshots that you have annotated, or maybe your own podcasts that add some personable touch to your SEO writing. Now let's talk about differentiating yourself as a SEO writing professional. Not just writing a specific article and optimizing it for SEO. You should try and level up in terms of where the search landscape is heading. Once you have begun leveling up your SEO writing skills, also try to future-proof your career. Which skills are going to be relevant 5 years from now? Maybe AI is going to play a huge role. Maybe you can learn how to use AI tools to create content at scale. Maybe you can learn programmatic SEO and create lots of pages. You can also consider becoming an SEO strategist or content marketing manager. Keep learning, keep growing once you have built a strong SEO writing skill set. The idea is to stand out from the sea of SEO writers that exist on the internet and differentiate yourself via a specific skill set. Being known as somebody who's evolving with the search landscape and always be willing to take up new SEO sub-skills. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you become an SEO writer starting from scratch. Are there any other questions you have about becoming an SEO writer? Let me know in the comments box below and I'll be happy to help. All the best on your SEO writing journey.